Hey, it's Candus, and last week I created a video for you on how to accrue sick pay in QuickBooks for the new law, and I got a couple questions on it that I wanted to answer for you guys in this video. So the first question had to do with accruing the sick pay and how it rolls over from one year to the next. So the workaround that I'm going to teach you to do, I actually called into it just to make sure, because I wanted to make sure I gave you great information, and this is what I recommend. So you're going to go into the Employee Center, choose the employee, click the edit button. Then you are going to go to payroll information, and under sick and vacation pay, right up here, it lets you choose as of a certain date from the last paycheck that you've done. There is a place to accrue your sick pay here. So what I recommend you do is go under reports, employees and payroll, paid time off list. And at the end of each year, so December 31st, you are going to print this report. It's going to tell you how much sick time was available. Then you're going to come back in here under sick and vacation pay, and you can actually, as of January 1st, put sick pay available for the person. And then if you leave this to reset, what will happen is it will start it over again, but you will have also what was available from the previous year. And then at the end of December, you'll need to go in and see, well, okay, how much time's available, and does it apply to the current year? Is it a rollover from the previous year? And adjust it each year. It's going to be a little extra work, but that's the workaround for within QuickBooks. The other option is you can actually choose to remove the reset every year. And what will happen is it will keep rolling over year after year. What I was teaching you to do is so that if your policy is to only allow it to roll over 1 year, that's where you would run the report and manually enter the number in. If you don't care if it rolls over each year, then you can just uncheck the reset, and that's probably the simplest way. And then make sure, depending on when the sick pay renews, whether it's at the beginning of the actual calendar year, if it renews in July, or if it renews on the anniversary, that you choose these dates to be accurate to that. The other thing is if you're doing what's considered the front load, which they talk about in the webinar, where you're automatically just giving 24 hours basically, you can actually choose to just put the 24 hours in here and remove all the accrual part of it. And then you can choose every year to go in and give them the 24 hours, because that does not roll over year after year like the accrual does. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, feel free to watch the webinar and then rewatch this, and it will make a lot more sense. Let's go in and see what the next question is. The next question had to do with somebody who was processing payroll, and the sick pay was showing up on the screen, but not printing on pay stub. So let's go in. I'm actually going to show you what it looks like when you process it. And as far as I know, it should be showing up. The only thing I can tell you is if you have the pay period and it ends anytime before July 1st, it will not, the actual pay, the time they worked, doesn't matter what the paycheck is, but it has to do with the time they worked, it will not accrue it. Let me show you an example of that. So let's say they worked for 2 weeks, and they worked, the period ends, let's just say the 26th of June, and they got paid for it on June 3rd. That's already happened, but this is what the example will look like. Don't forget, with salary people, you need to still put the hours in. So let's put in 60, which would equivalent out to 2 sick. But see, nothing happens. And that doesn't happen because there is no, it's only in the month of June, even though being paid in July. If we change the dates to be, let's say, June 22nd through, they worked through, oh, let me change that. I meant to say they worked through July 3rd, and they are getting paid on the 10th. What would happen is it actually would accrue it for the full time frame, even though part of what they worked, let's say it was the 23rd. So even though part of what they worked was in June, QuickBooks just accrues the whole amount. If you don't want that to happen, there's some workarounds you'll need to do. Let me know. Truthfully, it's easier if you just allow it to accrue the whole thing. So this is what will happen. It will accrue the whole amount. It'll say 2 hours. And when we click continue and we create the paycheck and we look at the stub, click preview it. On here, it's actually showing up. So the only thing I can think of is the reason, I don't know why it would have shown that it was accruing, but not show up unless something was wrong with your dates. So if this doesn't answer your question, you're still having problems, feel free to contact me or if contact Intuit. So I hope that answered both your questions. If this video is beneficial, please share it. And if you would like to get all my videos, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Have an amazing day. Take care.